Today's video is sponsored by Skillshare. I found a cult run by a YouTuber with almost 1 million subscribers and nobody's talking about it. So like if you're not busy or whatever, I was hoping maybe we could discuss that.
There's a big difference between my videos and all other videos on YouTube. You're getting something very different here. This is serious stuff.
That's an understatement. I'm actually at capacity, and I don't think I can hold appropriate space for this information, so I'm gonna go ahead and drop it on you. Now, the guy we're talking about runs what appears to be a simple self-help / productivity course. I think these kinds of classes help a lot of people, and there's not usually anything wrong with them, but unfortunately, this one happens to be a full-fledged cult. So, if you're looking for those sort of courses without the cult leader aspect, allow me to introduce Skillshare, the online learning community with over... Okay, so we've already established that we already know what Skillshare is. You join, get the classes, expand your creativity. I said that last time. What I also said last time is that instead of doing the part of the script where I show you a Skillshare class, I just wanted to recommend myself, because I can't stand giving other people credit for more than 5 seconds. So if enough people signed up for free, I would create and upload my own Skillshare course. Well, enough people signed up, so behold, the outline for my very own Skillshare course about YouTube. It's kind of a lot. I'm going to upload it at the beginning of next month, so now is the perfect time to sign up with my link below, because the first 500 people get to start a free 2-month free trial. Even beyond that, an annual Skillshare subscription is super affordable, coming out to less than $10 a month anyway. So click the link down below and join Skillshare today, and I'll see you in class. Alright, now allow me to present Actualized.org. Actualized.org is a self-help website. How to tap into the potential you always knew you had. Ha! I don't need a tutorial for that, because I haven't done step 1, which is have potential. So as you can see, this is a very standard looking website for this sort of thing, and it's really just a funnel to scroll people to the bottom so they click the link and sign up for his $250 course. Now, this online course also appears to be relatively normal. It actually reminds me a bit of those self-help courses I went over in my Instagram money motivation accounts video. Fed up, dread work, feeling stuck in a meaningless job, not wish you could just get paid to do your art, not sure how to turn your passion into a career. Honestly, you get 25 hours of video content, and the topics that he's covering sound like things, so this course seems to at least be a thing. Whether or not it's a thing worth $250 depends on how much you like the course's creator, Leo Gura. Now, Leo is a self-proclaimed professional life coach. From reading the blurb on his website, you'd think he's just your average wellness guru businessman, which thanks to the internet is quickly proving to be one of the most profitable careers around. Leo runs a YouTube channel titled after his website called Actualized.org, and that's when I realized he has almost 1 million subscribers. He's been running the channel for almost 7 years, and it's a bit different than the website. As you can see, it's a bit more mystical, a bit more frantic. So we'll just come back to some of his videos in a bit. After realizing just how huge his platform is, I looked at the Actualized.org forums and saw that there's hundreds of thousands of posts, and it's still active. Leo is still active, with over 16,000 posts, and his most recent visit being less than 20 minutes ago. That's weird. So I had to know, how do you leave 16,000 comments on one website? So I looked at his comments, and they're weirdly similar. Your awakening is incomplete. Your awakening is incomplete. Your awakening is Your awakening is incomplete. What? Like, what? So... Huh? So clearly something is going on here, right? Because I was just trying to turn my passion into a career. I wasn't looking for spiritual awakening. Like, what is this website? What is Leo Gura really about?
There's no better tool than psychedelics, and if you're not using psychedelics, honestly, you're wasting your time.
Turns out the answer is a drug cult. Just a drug cult. There's no other way of putting that. Allow me to present the psychedelic drug 5-MeO-DMT, or 5-MeO as I'll be calling it. Now, 5-MeO isn't illegal in the United States. It's a Schedule I controlled substance, meaning it's super illegal. Like, it's beyond illegal. You can't buy it, you can't sell it, you can't make it, you can't even have it in your possession. And by can't, I mean not allowed. But by not allowed, I guess it's free real estate, because clearly that hasn't stopped Leo. See, people think that 5-MeO has some sort of helpful properties, which it very well might, under medical supervision in a research environment, but because of its high potential for abuse, like all Schedule I substances, and the fact that it's 10 to 20 times more potent than normal DMT, you should not be taking it. Clapping after every syllable doesn't make my point more valid, but it makes me feel better. But despite all of these glaring health issues and the fact that it's just literally illegal, according to Leo, you should be taking it. He is a huge advocate of 5-MeO, to the point where I literally Googled 5-MeO-DMT and Leo came up. 5-MeO-DMT, the magic pill to enlightenment and God. Apparently Leo isn't so much into the largely unconfirmed potential medical benefits, but rather the extreme hallucinations and physical reactions that 5-MeO causes, which he's mischaracterizing as enlightenment. Yes, really. Now, when I saw this video, I thought, okay, maybe he's just sharing his experiences. After all, there's a huge difference between mentioning that you take psychedelic drugs for spiritual purposes and recommending that others do the same. So I watched the full thing, and he's not just recommending that people try it. He's recommending that people use it multiple times.
Higher and higher and higher and higher until finally something cracks in your brain and then enlightenment is had.
So the awakening that he's so adamant about can only be achieved by taking this drug. Honestly, if that's the case, I don't want enlightenment. Brain alteration, it's not the vibe that I'm going for. Now, I would like to point out that Leo sort of includes precaution and safety statements for 5-MeO. Like he says in the beginning of the video that misusing it can be lethal. But what good is a 5-second disclaimer if it's immediately followed by over 1 hour of content hyping up the thing you're not supposed to try? Every time he shares a health risk in the video, he immediately follows it up with 5 more reasons why the good actually outweighs the bad. Not just that, but he even shows you how to take it.
Like this, just keep sniffing it in.
Is that allowed? Like, is that kind of content actually allowed on YouTube? I feel like I'm gonna get in trouble for putting that clip of his video that he didn't get in trouble for in my video. It's like he even knows how iffy this whole thing is because he has a comment trying to discourage the video from becoming a lightning rod for 5-MeO dealers. Now, obviously, not all of Leo's followers are on board with this part of his teaching, seeing as it's, you know, insane and against the law. So it's actually causing a bit of consternation on the actualize.org forums, and things are getting a bit heated. Someone actually made a post on the forum calling Leo out, and they named that post 5-Leo DMT. It's actually very clever, and I'm kind of upset that I didn't come up with it. And guess what Leo's reaction was? Take a guess at what his grand statement was. Maybe try it a few times before you go criticizing. I don't know where to start with that, so I'm just not going to start. But, you know, with all this being said, keep in mind that just because someone uses illegal drugs, that doesn't make them a bad person. Unfortunately, in Leo's case, however, being a bad person makes him a bad person. Now, I point out all the time that I'm better than other people. 50% of that is jokes, 100% of that is true. But I don't think I'm on a higher plane of consciousness.
And it's completely outside of your ability to imagine it in your current state of consciousness.
So what is it? What are we not able to comprehend about Leo? Well, I realized it when I read some more responses on the 5-Leo forum post that was calling him out. Apparently, the icing on the cake, the cherry on top, the other food-related idiom that indicates you've reached the climax of this video is that Leo is God.
It was just utterly radical realization of myself as God.
So yeah, remember at the beginning when the website said how to tap into the potential that you always knew you had? That's the potential. That's the root of Leo's teaching. He thinks that every single person is actually God, and that we each independently created the entire universe.
You're absolutely infinite and eternal in that you're constantly creating everything.
But of course, Leo is more God than you are because he knows he is. And he's running out of patience for people who don't.
At this point, I'm becoming very intolerant of people's games and ignorance and closed-mindedness.
That's why he was telling people on the forums that they have not yet awakened, because they refuse to admit that they're God, and by extension, that Leo Gura is God. So now, longtime members on the forum are calling it a cult because, you know, it is. They're getting shut down by the other members who haven't realized it yet. It's causing so much drama that Leo is taking a break, which he's currently on at the time of this video, in order to avoid the controversy that is actualize.org. Oh no, wait, he's taking it because awakening and also healing. So yeah, that's the story of how I discovered a self-help website that turned out to be a front for a literal cult run by Leo Gura, a man who thinks he's actually God, and is encouraging his followers to repeatedly take psychedelic drugs because that's his shortcut to enlightenment. So I think the moral of the story is pretty obvious. Subscribe to my second channel. I upload there several times a week, and while they may not be as fancy as this video, at least I'm not running a cult fueled by 5-MeO DMT in most of my videos. Anyway, like sick, I've gotten 10 minutes of content of this, so leave a like, tell me what you think, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you for watching, and a big thank you to 329,000 subscribers. Okay, bye.